Hi guys, good morning. How are you all doing today? It's funny, when I started doing these readings, I wondered what are going to be my little sayings when I start my videos and end my videos. And it's funny how they just kind of naturally came up. Apparently, I have to say hi guys on every video that I make. And how are you guys all doing today has become the beginning, and sending lots of love to you all has become the end. I have to fix my chair. 1 second. Sorry about that. If I don't get my pillows on my chair right, I feel like I'm slipping off. I'm a shorty. I'm only 5'3", so I have like 2 pillows and 2 pads on my chair, and I have to use a step stool. I use a step stool to get up high enough to sit on my chair, to have me up high enough to work at my desk. So it's a problem all the time. So anyways, how are you guys doing today? I hope you are having a good week so far. I got my August 8th was a Thursday t-shirt from Bachi that she sent me as a prize. I'm really excited. I love it. I love the green. I put on some green and pink necklaces to match. So, and I was laughing at myself because I talk so much in these readings and I don't just stick to the reading. And I know that's probably annoying to some people because most card readers focus on the reading, and I just kind of Coddiwomple my way through my readings. You just never know what I might talk about, but I gotta be me. So today we are using The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein, my second favorite deck that I own. Again, these cards look like this. They have little sayings on them. Love this deck. Today I grabbed this to put on them, this crystal. I think it's a crystal. I don't know. But I just loved it and wanted to show it to you guys. One of my besties gave this to me. So cute. And the other deck that we're using today is the Wisdom of the Oracle. By Colette Baron Reed. And you guys have seen this deck before. This is you can see my pink, I have a pink light on today. Let me see if I can get it so that it's really pretty. This is what the cards look like. So, all right, let's get started. We'll start with the Wisdom of the Oracle. It's like as soon as I sit down to do this, I get hot. My nose starts bothering me from my allergies. That's probably because of the saging and the Palo Santo, but it just seems to never fail that as soon as I sit down here, I start having issues. So, I wanted to ask you guys, I have a deck that actually this little heart crystal normally sits on. They're heart-shaped cards and they're like relationship cards. I don't ever use them because I don't do relationships anymore. So if any of you out there are looking for a relationship or are in a relationship and would like me to do that kind of a reading, if you could put that down in the comments, I will do one of those for you all. For you all. It wouldn't be a personal reading. It would be a general reading, but you guys would have to let me know if that was something you're interested in because I won't naturally do it for myself. All right, let's see what we get. I wonder what the theme is going to be for this week. Of course, it's going to be cleaning out because we've been cleaning out for weeks and weeks and weeks. It feels like. Oh. Now, there we go. All right. Let's see what we got. It's always so fun to see what comes out. So this one came out first, then this one, then this one. Ooh, I love these cards, you guys. They're so pretty. The first one is Imagine. Look at it. She's so pretty. Number 20. Next, we have The Fates. Number 17. Look how cute she is. What a beautiful girl. I love her hair. And I love the stars. I love everything about this card. Look how cute. I honestly don't know if I've ever seen this card. You know, I have these decks, and a lot of times I see the same cards a lot, and there's cards in these decks that I have that I've never seen, that have never come up for me. So it's always fun to see new ones. This one is number 13, Fork in the Road. This little monkey. He's trying to decide which way to go. Flags at the top. This kind of reminds me of my Coddiwomple convos because my intro is a little microphone bus driving down the road, and there's all these different roads going off to the side because I kind of feel like that's how conversations are. Very interesting. All right, let's go ahead and pull the cards from The Universe Has Your Back, and then I will grab the book and read about those cards and see how they work as a whole, if I can. Sometimes it's hard to kind of put them all together in a big message. I'm not doing very good at my shuffling here. Sometimes it's hard to, like summarize them as a group. I guess maybe I don't always do that because sometimes I just don't know. Like, I don't always know what these cards mean. I do my best to interpret them and kind of tell you guys what I feel, but that doesn't mean that you guys might not see something or connect to them in a completely different way than what I'm saying. So make sure that not only do you listen to how I'm interpreting them, but maybe take a moment after the reading to go back and look at the beginning where I show you the cards and just see maybe if something else jumps out at you other than what I've had to say about it. It would be cool to get 3 cards from here, so we have 1 to go with each of the wisdom of the oracle cards. But we'll see what the universe has in store. I'll take that. Did you guys see that come flying out? All right, 1, 2. Let's see if we can get just one more. Just one more. Got to. Got to. No, I got 3. Oh, well. All right, let's put these in the order of how they came out. Interesting. Okay. The first one we got has something on it. I am loving the energy of the universe. And this card is the same colors as a Imagine card that came out. And it has stars in it like the second card that came out. This one is, when I am connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. These cards all have similar colors in them. You'll be able to tell a little bit better in the thumbnail. The pictures don't always come out the exact same color as the cards. This one says, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. We had a reading one day where I was telling you that God, the universe, wants you to get out of the way. I want you to get out of the way. It wants you to trust, put out what you want, and then focus on making your little steps towards it while the powers that be work it out for you. The next card is, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. And lastly, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. So we've got, I am loving energy, connected to joyful presence, need to be connected to joyful presence, embrace the peace within. Your happiness is a direct reflection of your level of faith in the universe, and creating mindful moments to remember that you're loved and that miracles are natural. So those kind of all seem to kind of have a theme together. Let's see what these wisdom of the oracle, I said miracle of the oracle. It could be miracle of the oracle. Wisdom of the oracle cards have to say. All right, number 20, imagine. Essential meanings: turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity and illusions. The oracle's message: what do you want to be? What do you need to believe in? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You are gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you deserve. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations. And imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. Miracles are natural. Faith in the universe. Surrender so the universe can get to work. Be joyful. Relationship message. In matters, that's funny. I forgot these cards do a relationship message, and I was talking about how I don't do relationship readings ever, but now here we are with the relationship message. In matters of the heart, it is easy to daydream about others as a means of connecting to that person. While that's romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating. So step out onto the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. You guys have to tell me about that. And if that happens to you, we'll pull the other cards and do a reading. The prosperity message is, this is a powerful time to get clear on how you create your prosperity, what it means to you to be prosperous, and what attributes you need to develop in yourself to make things happen. Who do you need to be to live out your dreams? Can you imagine the kind of life you desire? Really imagine it? Without holding back the sheer force of your powers of creativity? If you can envision it, you can have it. Get ready, for prosperity is waiting for you to claim it now. Act as if. Your dreams really will come true. The protection message is, illusions and wishful thinking, rooted in a sense of lack, have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are, and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear, then envision anew. Perhaps you are anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. The universe responds to such projections. So be aware of this catastrophizing. No matter what, illusions and awfulizing are misuses of imagination. Clear the inner slate and stay grounded. Stay real. Only then can you truly have what you desire. All right. Number 17, the fates. Essential meanings: fate, karma, acceptance, that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The oracle message: the serenity prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in your, there are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Relationship message: other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be, so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally, for each of us is on our own journey and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. Sometimes that's a hard one, right? A lot of you guys know I dealt with a very narcissistic ex when I was younger. This community has come together because of narcissism, and a lot of us are victims of that, or I don't like the word victims. Let's change that. A lot of us are survivors of that. And so sometimes it's hard to look back on those things and think that they happened for a reason. But like I've said to you guys before, sometimes even the worst things that happen in our life happen for a reason. And it's only beneficial to us to try to figure out what that reason is, instead of dwelling in the loss or the pain of that situation. The prosperity message: your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance are beyond your personal control right now. You are being invited to accept what is unreservedly. This could be a temporary situation, seemingly thrust upon you by outside forces, but there is an underlying purpose you can't see that has been determined by the fates. It could be a situation you are unprepared for, and you may not understand how it will benefit you in the moment. Do not fight the situation. Write it out and see where it leads. Surrender to it, and the serenity you need to make good choices from here on out will be given to you. You will indeed flourish. The protection message: it is difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery after all. Yet what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges, is how we rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that, for the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. All right. Fork in the road, number 13. Essential meanings. Time to make a decision. Considering the consequences as you prepare to act. Owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle message: every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. I'm reminded of Abraham Hicks, who talks about how she calls it the vortex source energy is always leading you towards what you want. But sometimes you might take a road that you weren't expecting to. And she likens it to the GPS, where when you set a destination and you're driving towards it, it'll say, take a right here. And what if you go past it? What happens is the GPS recalculates and finds you a new path to get to where you're going. And that's kind of how the universe is. It's kind of like you can't make a wrong turn, because the universe is constantly moving and changing and redirecting you to get you to your goal, no matter which path you take to get there. The relationship message. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Will you choose to open up to the possibility of love, or to remain isolated, to go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give. Then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, which I have said many times is the worst thing you can do, is to stay somewhere that isn't good for you because you're afraid of being alone. Please don't do that. Please don't do that if that's any of you out there. If you need to talk about loneliness, please get a hold of me. I can talk you all through loneliness. I know all about it. Um, prosperity message. Oh wait, no. Did I skip something? Sorry. I got myself distracted. Um, you'll have to make a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on a path to a truer experience of the heart. Prosperity message. You've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it. And it will be easier to settle on a direction, for the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you towards your well-being. The protection message. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. So maybe you take a right turn on a road that's teaching you a lesson, but Spirit's going to bring you back around to the road once you've gotten what you need from that little journey. So, yeah, I think, we just need to trust. It's always about trust in the end. It's always about remembering to be happy and peaceful within ourselves. Put the burden of how things are going to happen on the universe. Remind ourselves that it's our job to focus on the destination, do small steps, take steps every day towards that destination while trusting that we're going to end up exactly where we need to be, even if that doesn't look exactly like what we might have thought. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope that resonated with you guys. Once again, if it does, please put it down in the comments and let me know. I would like to share your journey. Also, it sounds like maybe somebody out there has something going on relationship-wise. If that's you, you don't have to put that in the comments necessarily, but you could always email me if you wanted to let me know, or you can put in the comments to let me know if you'd like me to do a love or relationships reading. I'd be happy to do that. I just am not inspired to do that for myself, so it doesn't come up. But I'd be happy to do one of those for you guys. Maybe it could be a separate thing for my morning readings. Who knows? So anyways, Thank you guys for being here. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if there's anyone out there who needs to hear this message today. I hope you have a great day moving forward and sending lots of love to you all.